Hi, hello, and welcome to the Energy of the Week. My name is Winona. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? And how was last week? This week we have a full moon in Aquarius on August 10th, which is Sunday. And today we are having a reading for today we're having a reading for August 4th to August 10th, 2025. I already set the intention for the space. And let's get into this reading. So, what is the overall energy? What is the focus of this week? Okay, so on the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. And what came out is the King of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. And it kind of came in reverse, Three of Swords. So this does feel like a certain kind of heartbreak that we're not yet over. And this could very well deal with finances. And having to walk away, right? So there's some people that are having to walk away from a form of money making, a form of career, maybe leaving an old job, maybe having been let go or laid off from a job that was already very unfulfilling, and just having a overall difficult time when it comes to like wealth creation, when it comes to finances in general. And I think a lot of what we spoke about last week was our long-term planning, about thinking about the future and where we're going. And some things just don't work out, and some things are not really aligned for us. And it can be pretty tough when, this is our livelihood. This is how we create stability. Even if we absolutely disliked even if we disliked a job, even if we disliked, a really toxic work environment, you can definitely understand why a person might stay in a place that doesn't fit for them, because it's the way that we survive. It's hard to see like another path. And yet there is like this trying to reckon and trying to understand why we're being redirected, why this had to be let go of. Why do we have to stress? And I'm really feeling like that energy of like being stressed with our material resources. I'm also even letting go of like addictions to spending, like letting go of having to like purchase, like breaking up with a bad habit of consumerism. So that is a really big focus for this week. So let's go a little bit deeper. What else? Too many. Okay, so bottom of the deck for the deeper meaning, Six of Pentacles. So looking for that exchange. And I believe we talked about this last week as well, about having to find a more balanced and equal exchange with people and environments and situations in general. Like, how can we be more in alignment with our environments? How can we continue to choose to live in ways that match, and where we're not the ones that are sacrificing our energy for something that does not equal what we're giving. What is that saying that I have that a friend has stuck with me? I have a friend that really drilled this into my brain about this like affirmation, like I will not exploit others and I will not exploit myself. And how like in certain situations like not being paid what you're worth, how we exploit ourselves in that way, and thinking of it that way. So like having the confidence, having this understanding that, hey, I am worth more than what I was previously given, because it wasn't sustainable. It wasn't sustaining my life. And we can get deeper into that. There's a lot to say about that. But that's just the underlying current of this reading. So we have the Two of Cups. We have the Sun, the Sun in this reading, which I love. We have the Sun. We have the Six of Swords, letting go. And then we have the Seven of Swords, which kind of was a little bit reversed. And then the World. So there is like a major cycle being completed this week. There is definitely a letting go this week. That kind of tracks with full moons. So full moons are moments, they're points of culmination, points of clarity, where we're letting go and releasing things that aren't working for us, that haven't been working for us, or we're celebrating a milestone, we're celebrating the completion of a project, that being happy or just overall just being like, this is over, this is done, and I'm ready to move forward into the next cycle. But with Two of Cups here, it's talking about partnership. I'm getting like talking about friendships and friends and connections that really like light us up, that bring joy and energy into our lives, and how that is kind of like the North Star. Like the joy that you feel in connection, the joy that you feel with people, is a joy that you should try to look for in opportunities. Like when something is presented to you and you feel that excitement, that curiosity, the desire to learn, the desire to, like this connection maybe with someone you're interviewing, that you feel like, oh, like this, I could see myself in this place, in this situation. And it does bring energy to me, and how that should be the guiding light. That should be the guiding energy. That should tell you that you belong somewhere, that something is in alignment. And with the Six of Swords here, it's like getting out of situations, right? Getting out of a situation that didn't fit us, that didn't feel good. It was rough, it was tough, it was anxiety ridden. And how it was like, it's so time to go. And now we're moving away this week, moving away from really, I guess, toxic energies or things that just didn't feel right in our bodies. And then it's time to go. And what's sticking out to me in this card is like, no, I look at this card and I never really think about this much, but sticking out to me right now is like the person that's rowing away. You see how their hair is like, it's still brown. But the person that's on the bottom of the boat, like they look forlorn. Their hair is white. It's like the color has been drained from them. And it's like this feeling of, hey, like I still have this vitality. I still have this energy, like, and how like drained, right? The person on the bottom of the boat is the person that's been drained from the situation. And like the energy inside you, like the younger version of you that is like, in a way, like saving or rescuing. This is so weird. Hopefully this makes sense. Is like reminding you, like, you still have that life force in you. There is still more joy. There's still more light to be had. And so now, like, it's like you rescuing you helping you out. And like moving away from old situations that just were very lackluster. And with the Seven of Swords being here, it's about that strategy. It's looking out for yourself. Like, it's not selfish to look out for yourself in this instance. It's like you're only taking what you can carry. You're only doing what you can do, but you're doing it for yourself. In fact, it does feel like there's manipulation. There's like this energy of manipulation being involved. This energy of there could have been betrayal for some. When it comes to material or even even just in general with relationships, there could have been some betrayal. And how it's like, well, now it's time. Like, I have to look out for me. I gotta do what's best for me at this moment in time. And with the World being here, this is the chapter closing. This is the ending and the change. This is also being seen. Like, this may have been an issue. This may be what I am getting is like a public change. Like, you're your public identity being shifted, your public identity being changed. You're done being who you were before, and you're ready to move forward into a new identity, into a new chapter of your life that is very significant. That is something that you will be able to be like, well, that was the old me, and now this is the start of the new life. And yeah, it's a lot. It does feel like a lot. All right, so let's go with advice. Yeah, this is definitely identity. This is definitely health, money, the Emperor peeking out, Page of Pentacles on the bottom, definitely new career with Page of Pentacles being there. And what we're talking about, the old life, right? The old life into the new life. 10 of Swords being the advice. Let it go. Let the identity go. Let the relationship go. Let the old you go. Allow yourself to walk into the new life, even if it's painful, even if it's hard, even if it's stressful. It's like once you let this go, it won't be stressful anymore. Once you let this chapter close, you won't have those thoughts anymore. It won't be on your mind anymore. It's like it's Spirit saying is like make the decision to close, and don't leave the door open, because once, even if you leave that door open a tiny crack, there's still that part of you that's kind of like, well, what if I hadn't left? What if I hadn't changed? What if I could just go back? Like maybe it would be better because it's familiar and it's comfortable. But that's not what's meant for you. That's not what's meant for us in this moment. It's a release. It's time to let go. And it's time to allow for healing. Because, like, you can stay like this. You can stay cooked, is what they're saying. You can stay in pain with everything in you, but it's not going to change a lot. Those thoughts, especially with the swords being here, those thoughts weren't helpful. The identity wasn't helpful to you. It's ran its course, and it's time to finally let go and allow yourself to heal. So that is the reading. That is the message. I hope that reading supported you in some way. So thank you for sharing the sacred space and time with me. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Divine, as always. And I will see you next week. Love you. Ciao.